We all know Capcom, right? The people who created such classics like Mega Man, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, all sorts of games, all having a blend of, well, action, with of course, fighting. What if I told you that Capcom made a game, which had not much physical action, was based on a very modern setting, and the main protagonist you control is none other than a rookie lawyer? No robot or survivor of zombie apocalypse, just a rookie lawyer. That main protagonist is Phoenix Wright, and that Capcom game is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Let's dig in. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney was made by a man named Shu Takumi, who wanted to make a game nearly everyone can enjoy. His idea was to make a game that had the players solve mysteries and follow a deep narrative throughout the whole game. From that, the Ace Attorney series became widely beloved and successful, creating 7 more games, 2 which aren't released in America yet, an equally amazing spin-off with a sequel, which also isn't released in America yet, and its very own anime which follows the first and second game. But I'm not here to talk about the full history of these games. I wanted to focus on the first game, and if it's good enough to play the whole series. To start off, the protagonist, as said before, is a rookie lawyer named Phoenix Wright. He starts off as the apprentice of Maya Fey and learns what it is to be a lawyer in the first case. The first case already explains everything in a pretty understandable way. It's basically saying, 1. You're a lawyer. 2. Your friend Larry Butts, yes that's his actual name, was falsely accused of a crime. 3. You have to prove that he wasn't able to do so, bringing out the possibility of another murderer. 4. Find out who the murderer is. 6. Put the guilt on his head. And 7. Watch them cry in pain as you just crush them. Moving on. This format is used a lot in the game, but it's not always limited to your friends in game. It has different scenarios for the many different cases, and they all have lots of fun things to do. Talk with zany characters, interact with the environment and find clues, or just have some weird fun like talking to parrots. For first impressions, the game already amazed me. Gameplay-wise, this is where it gets more interesting. The game is split into 2 parts. The first one is where you investigate for clues and talk with people to find even more clues. And the second one is where you take this matter to none other than the court. The court is where all the action starts, while you cross-examine witnesses' testimonies and see if you want them to hold it or give a straight, loud objection, as well as presenting evidence with a take that. The court can get crazy at most points. It can open up new witnesses or possibilities no one thought about. Or it could just go insane with you asking to cross-examine a parrot of all things. Crazy, right? The game is full of text, so it doesn't really rely on movements or physical actions too much. And that's where the story fixes that problem. By giving us a story so interesting and so mysterious that you want to play the game to the end and find out what all of this means. And the final trial is just amazing. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it, obviously, because it's that good. And the soundtrack. Oh man, the soundtrack. Oh man, well, it doesn't really sound so impressive, but when it does sound good, oh geez, it sounds good. Like I said, and it sounds good, it sounds good. Overall, the first Ace Attorney game is just full of character. It has a great story, great characters, great cases, and great mysteries. There's also the 5th case, Rise from the Ashes, I need to play, but I'll cover that next time. But for now, I'd give this game a 4 out of 5. It's good, but it can get progressively harder from next case to the next, needing you to memorize lots of information, which can be hard for people, but it's not a big problem if you just use Strategy Wiki. But please, if you haven't already, start playing this game. Trust me, it's gonna be a fun ride.
you.